So, Nurjan, I will give you useful tips, not just some random things in a way that I didn't hear your speech. I'll give you useful tips not associated with your content, but rather your body movement. It might be a bit generic, but I would like to say, as your second speech, you have so much to deliver. You had a clarity of content. You had the idea of mindfulness. And your last message, which I think stuck with everybody, and it said, we can choose to live peacefully, mindfully, and not live in a way that we are hurting others, but live in a way that we are living in harmony. So that was amazing message. But the issue, which I might not want to say issue for a second, for a person who was giving the second speech, you use the stage a little less. For you to put a lot more effort into your speech, or for us to see that effort, you can use a little bit more energy to show us that you care about the topic. That's what I would want you to do as a starter. As a starter, just not focus on too much of body language, too much of intonation. Just use energy. Just show us that you care about what you're saying. And a lot of people have beautiful ideas. What your idea was beautiful, but you have to show us that you care about whatever you're going to speak. So that's going to be the most important thing I would say, because I do not want you to give you points as number one, number two, body language, intonation, all of that. That comes later. Start with caring about your message enough that you feel passionate. And I know it is difficult to find that topic, but really self-reflect and think, what do I absolutely care about? And once you find that topic, your body language is going to be naturally more exaggerated. Your intonation is going to be better. Your use of stage is going to be better. And when you don't, I'm not saying you did not care, or when you're not very clear with what you're saying, everything will be small. You're going to be in a small sphere. So try one tip for your next speech. Absolutely care about your message. That we see the passion flowing when you're speaking. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next speaker was Alex, and his title was Crypto Mentors. So Alex is going to be evaluated by Arish.
Young Alex Karakakov. A speech is strong in this one. But he's turned away from mentoring for this new crypto mentoring.
Alex started his speech with the analogy of Yoda as the mentor to young Skywalker. And he began to say, I have a mentor, which was a joke. Because in reality, he shared with us his new technique that he's discovered, which he termed crypto mentoring. I assume that's a reference to the digital mentoring as opposed to the traditional one-on-one mentoring. He shared with us two examples in which he experienced this crypto mentoring. One through a dating mentor, in which he gained insight and understanding. He used various techniques, followed through with emails, correspondence, not necessarily one-on-one, but felt like he received some good feedback from his mentor and was able to implement those strategies that his mentor provided. The second example was one of more spiritual path leading towards a more spiritual understanding. And once again, the crypto mentor, although he did not realize that he was Alex's mentor, Alex considered him a mentor. Finally, he challenged us to consider people in our lives who might also be crypto mentors to us and how they might interact or appreciate and improve our lives. Um, I thought it was really an interesting topic, and I think the speech began with great humor. He's got a strong voice and a strong presence on the main stage. I would have, I think, in a more detailed way, I would have liked a contrast between the traditional mentoring method and the crypto method, and why perhaps he feels one is better than the other, or how the advantages of one or the other. I understood it a little bit, but I think it could have been strongly expressed. Finally, I think also the term crypto mentor, I didn't quite understand why that was called crypto mentor as opposed to internet mentor or something else. I think that term could have been defined, and that would have helped us. But overall, I thought it was a strong speech, and I appreciate the way he circled back and left us with a call to action, something to do for ourselves. I look forward to more speeches from Alex.
Our last speaker was Hamza, and his speech was titled "No Deadline, No Finish Line." Hamza will be evaluated by Alex.
What if deadlines in our lives, finish lines in our lives are nothing but constructs that limit us? And perhaps they require some revision. Hamza delivered his very personal outlook on how perhaps these things are the limiting factors. And to me, the one word that I would use to describe his speech was liveliness. Hamza delivered this speech with this style and energy that I think greatly benefited from his use of stage. Specifically when he expressed this dialogue that he had with his friend, where he positioned himself like this, and he expressed himself talking to his friend, and then he positioned himself like this, and expressed himself as his friend. That immediately drew me in the scene and allowed me to almost picture myself being right there. Another thing that I think was very powerful and that aided with the whole liveliness thing is the use of gestures. For example, when Hamza is thinking, he uses this, or when he does society, higher power. It comes very naturally to use this big gestures when you talk about big things. It's highly appropriate to the message. And I also loved the use of vocal variety, where Hamza started with this kind of energetic, lively expression, but at some key points he lowered it down and he said, maybe there is no there, and gave us this pause to draw us in. If there is one area that could use a little bit of tightening, is perhaps the structure. This was, or at least it felt like a highly improvised speech. The one place that could be improved is, in my opinion, the transition from a story component to the guidance or lessons component, where the structure could have been a question, what if there's no deadline? Then some story, and then again the reframe of the question. Instead, there was immediately a story that ended up with the question, what if there's no deadline? So when I listened to this, I wasn't quite sure if I'm still following the story or am I supposed to listen to just a kind of a lesson here. So overall, I would say that the speech has been very personal, lively, soulful, with his own style of delivery, and the use of stage was amazing, use of gesture was amazing. And if only you could tighten up the structure just that bit, you can maintain all the soulfulness of your speech, but maybe make the impact of the speech a little bit stronger. Thank you very much. It was very highly enjoyable.
you. So now we're going to receive the timer's report on the speeches. So over to you, timer, for the report.
Okay, all evaluators are good for voting.
All qualified, let's
All
vote and
qualified,
share with
yeah.
the group.
First one name Abdurrahman, Hamza, Arash, and Alex.
Okay, are you conducting the rest?
Oh, I thought you were announcing.
No, we'll just conduct the whole session and then I will.
Okay, no problem. So now we're going to call the AHA counter to give us their report, and that's Ibru. While you're waiting for that, she's not able. She's
Yes, actually, I don't remember the some of the table topic speakers, but I will show this also. We have a couple of or and your name
Abdurrahman.
Abdurrahman, you have more than 10. Congratulations, you are the winner. And Alex, you have 1. And I want to ask something. Is you use so much so and so and
Yes,
so?
that's
Is it also?
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be around 5. And Hamza, you have several. So congratulations, everyone. And I'm sorry I couldn't count myself, but I believe I'm also the winner with him. This is the reason why I choose this role, because I also feel myself that you don't have.
4 times right now.
it seems like one person couldn't vote.
Who didn't? We have a doubt. Who didn't vote? Is there anyone who didn't vote?
Here's some votes.
Yeah. Who evaluated, right?
All right, so now we're going to move on to the grammarian report. So over to the grammarian to give us the feedback. And then we're going to move on to the webmaster timer. Over to you. Okay. So we're going to close off then with my overall general evaluation. It was a really good meeting. This was my first time.
Listen.
Oh,
I have 3 questions. First, from Nurcan's speech, how people find a kind way to be in harmony, be peaceful, environment, or plant. Alex's speech, how does Alex call a mentor that doesn't know about him? cryptomancer. He is cryptomancer. And Hamza speech, what the meaning deadline for Hamza? Nothing, and no deadline, no finish time.
So we've come to the end of the evaluation, and I'm going to give my report as the general evaluator. This was a really good meeting. I really love the fact that there was a lot of humor, which showed how friendly the club is, and it also showed how together you are. The second part I loved was during the speakers when they were speaking. I love the fact that a lot of support was given to the speakers. They were encouraged to continue and finish their speeches and also take a break where it was necessary. This really showed that Toastmasters is really a non-judgmental environment to improve public speaking. I also liked the fact that a lot of people stepped in and took leadership roles when they were called to step in. For example, people were called to evaluate last minute and they did step in. The table topics were really good as well. I liked their titles, they were really encouraging. I love the fact that some people were given an opportunity to prepare themselves and know that they're going to participate in the table topics without any pressure. The evaluators were really on point. They all provided very practical feedback, which I'm sure the speakers are going to use their feedback in their lives as well as to improve their public speaking. So there are some areas of improvements that I identified. A number of us came in a little bit late, and that was because of the directions. So maybe in the next meetings, you could put the directions in the WhatsApp group, and also explain that it may take you behind the wall because that's where I'm stuck, and let them know how they can find their way to this venue. The second area of improvement was basically updating the agenda. A lot of changes happened, and that's very normal. There are a lot of changes in life. But we can update the agenda at once, and then we can make the announcements, and we're all on the same page with the agenda. Overall, it was a really good meeting. It was my first time, and I had a really good time.
Okay, our meeting coming to an end, and we have some winners. Are you excited for that? Well, before I announce the winners for tonight, we have something I think we forgot a couple of meetings to do. We have a new member, Hamza. Please come. We have these certificates for new members. We'll get to your you.
No, we also did Taylor.
No, you. Some majority of people got it. Okay, done. Sure. So excited for the winners?
Yeah.
So we're starting with the best evaluator, and there was a tie. There was a tie.
Oh my God.
Can you show me some excitement? The best evaluator for tonight, Alexander Kirko. And for now, we are moving to the table topic session. Just 1 minute and we will leave. The best table topic for tonight is a rush. Yes, this is going to fun vibe because it's all it. And the other ones, I'm happy at the end of my life. The best speaker for tonight. Oh my God. Hamza Khan.
Hey.
So we are reaching the end of the meeting. Our president is not here tonight. She is outside of the country. So there is no president thing for tonight. but Luba, I think, will be here next week. So please, let's all come to the stage to take a group picture and leave.